Welcome to What If We Watched, the show where we ask ourselves, what if we watched this? Today, we ask ourselves, what if we watched Gravity Falls Season 2?
I love this. Just a quick notice that we skipped Boyhood because it wasn't on Netflix. Yes, we are cheapskates, but we will do it if it arrives back on Netflix at some point. I don't know if it will. It's a good movie. I'd like to do it at some point, but we didn't do it now because, we're kids. We can't afford to buy DVDs. Who do you think we are? All right, okay. What do we do here again? So, synopsis, of course, that's it.
Yeah.
Right, this is another one I wrote myself because I am productive. Right, okay, so Dipper and Mabel have settled in for the summer, but the adventure isn't over yet. The author of the 3 journals arrives in town, as well as an old friend many like to call Bill Cipher. Weird Mageddon awaits. What a season. First of all, did you prefer this to season 1 or not?
Oh, I thought this was a huge improvement.
I would say that as well. Even though season 1 wasn't bad, this one was just another level. It was really, really great. What do we like? I've got another extensive list of notes from the 7 episodes we watched.
I have less notes than
I have so many.
Time.
3. I spent my afternoon yesterday binging like 3 hours of Gravity Falls. It was not a waste of an afternoon. I don't care what you say. I've just got some funny quotes, funny things I noticed, some questions as usual, and some facts as well, which is just lovely. I'm gonna go through these. And we can sort of I'll go through the good ones and we can sort of discuss them. That will fill up the episode for us. First of all, I don't know if you noticed this at the start of. Did you watch Into the Bunker?
Yes, I did.
At the start of one, why is Wendy's bra just casually out on her bed, even when she's got her friend around? That's just a horrible thing to do. And even when you know that friend has a crush on you, you don't do that. That is not cool, Wendy. Later on, when they're about to go into the bunker, Mabel says, when there's a mystery, you can count on your sistery. That's a great quote.
Oh, yeah, and then Sue tries to come up with another rhyme to go along with that.
When you need a Seuss. Just the jokes do get so much better in this season. Dip is very mature for his age when he said, "Oh look, I've just given up on Wendy because I know nothing's gonna happen between us." That's very mature. Also, he's half Wendy's height, which is just not nice.
Yeah, even though
in the bunker itself, right?
Even though there's like only a 3 or 2 to 3 year age gap between them, Wendy's like a full like a foot and a half taller than him.
If Dipper's like normal kid height, if he's like, let's say 5 feet, she's like 10 feet tall. she's better suited to Gru than to Dipper. When Seuss in the bunker, when he opened the weapons cupboard, he found a Smez dispenser. Not Pez, it's Smez. Just funny. Mabel, they were saying, "Oh, this bunker's so creepy," and then Mabel says, "Not as creepy as Dipper's internet history." That's just great.
Yeah, when they find like 12.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
You have a lot to say about this show.
Yes, I do. This is the first spoiler I'm about to say here, so just be warned, mister. Right. So the fake author who lived in the bunker, the guy who pretended to be the author but wasn't, when he was leading Dipper and Wendy around, I was just thinking, like, would they not be suspicious of an old man living underground, like, at all? He's like, "Oh, come and follow me into my mysterious laboratory."
Dipper's been reading the journals for like so long that he just trusts the author no matter what he'd say.
Yeah, and then this is the note. It's not something for me to say now. It was basically my thoughts at the time. It says, "Oh right, he's a shapeshifter. Nice plot twist." this a fan opinion, because I've been watching Gravity Falls videos. Most fans seem to say that Not What He Seems was the best episode of the show. That's the one where like the FBI are like, Stan's a bad person, and they're like, no, he's not a bad person, but he did steal all the chemicals.
I wouldn't say that.
It was good. And I think the main reason people say it's the best episode of the show is because of the last like 5 minutes when they're like in the portal, because that part was fantastic, but the rest of the episode was kind of just a slow trek towards the final part of it, which was great. But I wouldn't say it's the best episode of the show. The next, A Tale of Two Stans, because it didn't have any Dipper and Mabel, but it was still good. Weirdmageddon, gotta say, was great, but we'll get onto that later. One of Stan's alternate names that they saw on all his passports was Andrew 8-Ball Alcatraz, which is just a fantastic name. I just love that. Seuss had a little mini character arc in that episode of he's really loyal to Stan in like season 1, and then in season 2 he says, sorry Stan, I've got to protect the kids. Okay, looking the show up, J.K. Simmons, who you may know as J. Jonah Jameson from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, what a masterpiece, God. He plays Stanford. He plays the author of the journals, which it's just great. When they were saying, okay, we're going to tell our life story here, Seuss wants this. He said he wanted their backstories to match his fan fiction that he made.
Wait, but also that must mean that Seuss knew all along.
Yeah, it must know, or maybe it's just just the one Stanley's backstory. Not Stanley, the Marvel guy. I mean Stanley Pines.
Yeah.
My next note says Gravity Falls prequel series, please. Which is basically all the stuff that they rushed through in that episode of Stanford, like studying the town and teaming up with Old Man McGucket and studying just everything. That would have been a great show. And then more stuff in the backstory episode. Baby shapeshifter, Schmebulock, McGucket, the Get 'em guy, the one-eyed lady, one-eye Susan, and the cop voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, and the weird reporter guy who talks like this.
Bodacious T.
Yeah, Bodacious T. When he had his punk haircut, that was crack-a-lacking. When it's talking about Stanley, when he opened the Mystery Shack, it was originally called the Murder Hut and later renamed the Mystery Shack. In the next episode, Dipper and Mabel versus the future, Seuss was talking about the future's coming for all of us. He said, in 1 week, my grandma will finally let me eat crackers on my bed. I love Seuss's character so much. I'm just going to skip through a few of these. Mabel said high school is some sort of musical, obviously leaning towards the masterpiece of a trilogy, High School Musical, of course. In episode 17, Dipper had the best day of his life while Mabel had the worst day of hers. That's pretty neat. The weirdness bubble showed... Oh, this is Weirdmageddon now. So when they were driving through the bubbles of weirdness, it showed Anime, Dipper and Wendy, and the voice... the voice actors of Dipper and Wendy dressed up as their characters. And then there's a quote here from, the episode where they did like the trial in Mabel's prison.
Yeah.
It says one of Dipper's quotes there, which I think was just lovely. You can't force someone to love you. Best thing you can do is try to become someone worthy of loving. And he does. There's another quote there later on as well, which is great. The yes, definitely, absolutely guy is in Mabel's prison. Duck Detective was at the trial. Another quote is, for another one from Dipper actually, is real life stinks sometimes, I'm not going to lie. But there's a better way to get through it than denial, and that's with help from people who care about you. And then and then he says to Mabel, "We've travelled to heck and back to get you," which I just noted down because it's
Can't be
hecking
saying
funny.
can't be saying this. Can't be saying hell, can they?
No, it's a Disney. It's a. Oh, what was it the creator described it as? It's a funny show filled with silly jokes for kids, something like that. Rumble McSkirmish, the video game wrestler, he turned to Humble McSkirmish during Mageddon. I've got a question for you, which is for the raised by Seuss, but this is a question for you, host one.
Yeah.
Are there actually gun swords in anime? Because Seuss was saying, "Oh, I watch a lot of anime, and gun swords are pretty sick." Because you're the anime expert, aren't you? You're the guy to ask about those Japanese cartoons.
Yes, there is a genre that has a lot of gun swords in it.
What genre? I would like to see that.
It's called mecha anime. I haven't watched a lot of them. The only one I've watched from that is Evangelion.
Right. We might stick that on the list if it's on Netflix. Because remember, we are cheapskates.
It is on Netflix.
McGucket, when he was building the Shacktron, he said, "Oh, this should turn out better than my other inventions." But his other inventions worked perfectly. Like, he built the portal, he built the Gobblewonker. He has no reason to complain that his inventions are bad. They are wonderful. And then I have one more note after this, and then we can talk about negatives. Oh man, there aren't any negatives.
I haven't even spoken about my notes at all.
I'll let you talk in a minute. This is my time to shine, boy.
Yeah, I know. You really love this show, don't you?
I do. It's my favorite TV show. Right. This my last note, and then I've written like a mini conclusion as well to say at the end of this this recording session. This last note says, "Hot take, but I prefer Stan's sacrifice in this to Iron Man's in Endgame." What do you think of that?
That does sound like a hot take.
That's a spicy meatball.
Yeah. I'd say both.
Because
I'd say both are like they're both as good as each other.
the thing is, Stan. People say, "Well, Stan didn't die." But Stan didn't know he wasn't going to die. He's literally made the option to destroy his own mind, and just destroy Bill. He didn't know he was going to survive or get his memory back. Iron Man didn't. Iron Man knew he was going to die. Stan, he thought he was going to die and was still willing to put his life at risk in order to save the town, in order to save his family, which I think is just wonderful. And although you do, in the MCU, have a 22 movie build up to Endgame, and this is like 2 seasons of a TV show, this still was much more rewarding for me than the Iron Man sacrifice. I've still never cried at a movie or TV show or video game. I'm soulless. Okay, what did you like or what did you hate?
Okay.
If you hate anything about this, if you don't like anything, if there's anything you don't like about this show, I'll crucify you for it.
No, there is some stuff I don't like about this.
Okay.
I hate.
Go on.
I hate Dipper and Wendy's whole thing. I hate that so much.
Wait, you hate like their relationship, the fact that.
No, I mean, yeah, that's pretty common. But like, I hate what happens as a result of it.
What you mean? Nothing? They swap hats.
No,
That's it.
It's very cringe.
How though? I don't understand what you mean.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
It's just very cliche, is it? It's like, I like this girl, but
extremely.
she's old. She's an old lady.
And yeah,
the scene where like Wendy was saying, "Oh, if we could ask Mabel to make you older, then maybe you and I could be together." I actually thought that was her. I didn't realize it was like a setup.
Oh, I knew
which
it wasn't
was
her.
Made me really sad.
I knew it wasn't.
I realized it the same moment Dipper did. I'm pretty sure.
No, I realized it even before that. No, because it's obvious it wasn't her. It's obvious it wasn't her, because Bill Cipher said before that was his most diabolical trap ever. So I was like, yeah, this definitely isn't Wendy. Wendy would never do this.
What do you have any other negatives that I can slaughter you for?
there's still so much filler.
I put together a little list of just the story episodes. I think
And
it was a pretty
yeah,
solid list.
and
Did you watch any of the filler or not?
I didn't.
Or there's just
but
loads in the
I
season?
didn't. But it's and then in Widmageddon they try to like try making the filler canon by putting all the filler characters into.
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't have a big problem with that. Like
I have
the
a
big
massive problem
bear
with that.
guy in the bear from Dipper versus Manliness was made a nice appearance, which is pretty cool. And it is canon. It's just not like the main story. If they had seasons made up, oh yeah, I realized something else. I realized something that makes me so happy.
What?
So there's 4 episodes in season 1 that make up the main story. That's the first episode and the 3 Gideon episodes. So that's like an hour and a half in total. Then at the start of season 2, you have Into the Bunker, Tale of Two Stands, Not What He Seems, and Dipper and Mabel versus the Future. That's another 4 episodes. So that's an hour and 30, an hour and 30. Weirdmageddon on Disney Plus is 4 episodes. That's an hour and 30. They make a trilogy of films, and each one is an hour and 30. It's just... Yes. All the story in Gravity Falls makes a perfect trilogy. Fantastic. I'm very happy with that.
Well, so before you said that it was the only thing that made those episodes canon was the fact that they appeared in Widmageddon.
Yes, that's probably true. Do you think one thing I would have changed with this is the final battle? Even though I love Stan's sacrifice, they 100% should have gone with like the Zodiac thing, where you have all the important characters of the show standing in a circle, because that would have been so much more symbolic. Even though Stan's sacrifice was wonderful, I much would have preferred if they defeated Bill like by uniting everyone, the power of friendship. Yeah, that I would have preferred that. And it was so close, and then Stanford had to correct Stanley's grammar. Honestly.
Okay.
Well,
so I found some I mean, I didn't find a lot because I don't. This might not be, but I did find some similarities to the show Naruto.
Right, let's go through it.
Okay. There were only a couple.
Okay.
But as someone who's watched it, maybe it's just the fact that I've watched it recently and then it kind of went over into me watching this, or maybe
let's just talk about it. Let's just go.
Okay, these are only the similarities are only in Weirdmageddon 2.
Oh wow!
Okay. With the bubble.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Mabel's bubble world is similar to what the villain in Naruto's his like main plan. In Naruto, the villain's main plan is to put everyone inside a dream world where all their like dreams and fantasies are real.
Where your dreams come true, it's Disney World.
And that's kind of similar to Mabel's.
It is very similar. It's exactly what she wanted, and she didn't want to leave. That was a great episode. That episode was much better than I remember watching it originally.
Dipper in Weirdmageddon 2 reminded me of
Dippy Fresh.
Dippy.
Yeah, best character in the show.
It kind of reminded me of Naruto the character in a way.
Naruto himself.
Yeah, because so there's this thing that Naruto sometimes does.
He runs with his hands behind his back.
No, some people have called this the talk no jutsu, where basically he makes like a big speech to a villain, and then the villain turns good.
What, does that happen like every season or something?
No, it happens all the time. It happened 4 or 5 separate times.
Wow. That's very similar to the trope in The Flash, where he's like, I'm not fast enough. Iris says, "Run, Barry, run." He's I'm fast now.
And Dipper's speech to both Gideon and Mabel, it's structured in the exact same way that Naruto's speeches are.
Just fantastic. It works though. It does work.
It does work. It works in both shows, I think.
Yeah. Well, I need to watch Naruto to know, but I'm not willing to watch like 10 seasons
Yeah,
of
John,
like three shows.
once you start, you can't stop until you finish.
You can't stop. Well, is there anything you would have changed?
I probably would have. I probably would have also changed how they defeated Bill, because like you said, Stanley's sacrifice was good, but yeah, I think they should have done it with the Zodiac sign as well.
Well, just to see Pacifica and Mabel holding hands was very wholesome indeed.
And then
Speaking of wholesome, before we do our actually no, I'll do this after we've done the out of 10 rankings, because this will be a fantastic way to end the episode.
No,
my little speech I've written.
I can't really. All in all, this was a really good show. I can't really find anything else that I disliked about it.
Are we going to rate just the season or rate the entire show out of 10 here?
Let's rate the season and then let's rate the entire show.
Okay, so what would you give the season? I got my calculator because I can't do brain.
Okay. Okay, so last time I gave this show a 5.5. Last time I gave season 1 a 5.5.
Yeah.
I would give this a 9 out of 10.
Wow, okay. I'd probably give it a 9 as well, which means that gets a absolutely solid 18 out of 20. That is just fantastic. Didn't actually need my calculator there. I'm big brain now.
Okay.
So I'm a big boy.
Okay, so we should add the scores from the last season.
Wait, so season 1 got like 14.5, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then this one got 18, so that's 32.5 out of 40. And then if we half that, which gives us 16.25 out of 20, that is not bad. 16, like it's almost 16 and a half. Let's round that down to 16 out of 20. That's pretty solid. That's a pretty good show. Which gives it an, if you want to make that 8 out of 10, that 8 out of 10 is the show. Just great. Right. Speaking of wholesome, I said this. Right. Prepare to be moved to tears. This
you really
4 lines.
You really gonna wait? Is this a quote from the show?
No. This is something I wrote because I was so heartwarmed after I finished the program that I wrote this.
Okay. Then.
This little speech there. So this says, "What a show!
Oh, no.
4 pines, 2 seasons, 1 massive adventure. Thank you, Disney. Even if you did make the Star Wars sequel trilogy."
Oh my god.
Autographs later. I just love Gravity Falls. Such a great show. Oh man, so what's next week? Shrek. Are we gonna slot Weathering with You in between Shrek and Batman Ninja?
I think we are. Because it's arriving. It's arriving tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're looking forward to. We should probably put. I might, instead of Shrek, we'll put something live action in between because we've done a lot of animated stuff. Everything's been animated so far.
Yeah, it has.
So I'm just gonna go on the watch list. I'll take Boyhood off. Actually, no, I'll just tick off Gravity Falls. Hang on, where's the tick emoji? There's the tick emoji. So Boyhood's still on the list, but it's not ticked. What's the next live action thing? Oh, you're in for a treat, my friend. Next live action on the list is Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh. Okay, so next week, X-Men First Class. Is it on Disney Plus? Because they've got some X-Men movies on there.
No, it isn't. I checked.
I got it on disc. If you want to watch it, or this might be on Sky Cinema. I haven't got that, but I'm pretty sure you have.
Yeah, I do. We've got after Batman Ninja, we got Sword Art Online, then A Silent Voice, and then Angel Beats. I
put on this list. I've got Pirates of the Caribbean in between Sword Art Online and A Silent Voice, because that's probably going to be around the time we binged the trilogy, which I'm really looking forward to. I really hope you like that, but you probably won't. But yeah, we'll have a definite list, and if whatever comes out will come out. But X-Men First Class is the plan for now. It's a really good movie. Yeah, that's all I'll say for now without giving too much away because it is good. Right, so we're going to put X-Men First Class in between. We're going to do that after this, and then we'll do Weathering with You, then Batman Ninja, then Sword Art Online Season 1, then the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, which is the best thing ever made, as I tell my friend every single day. Then The Silent Voice, Angel Beats, Shrek, The Bad Education Christmas Special, Attack on Titan Season 1, Man of Steel, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, then your suggestions. What a fun ride this will be. We've only just begun, my friend. We've got to the end of the first paragraph. Look at that. We're there. We're ready to start the next section, the next season, the next part, whatever you want to call it. We are ready to go. I'll see you next time.